Speaking of Aaron Rodgers,
Oh boy.
I promise that was not on purpose. The Green Bay Packers, and I'm gonna let Jeff talk about the Packers because you know your boy's a Saints fan. I want to talk about my boys for a second. Jeff can rake the Packers afterwards, okay? But my New Orleans Saints have been hearing all this nonsense for the whole offseason. I stayed quiet. I sat here and said, "Oh yeah, we might go 10-7, like whatever." Bro, I just needed to see them play. There's a lot of Saints fans out there that thought we were going to be the best team in the world still. Like, no, I need to watch them play. I have now watched them play, and holy shit, I cannot believe in something's going on with the Packers, but I cannot believe the defense that the New Orleans Saints played in this game because the the Packers didn't start to fall apart until it got out of hand. Like
Yeah.
they were playing full effort. They came into the game like, oh yeah, we're so hype. This is a last dance, which it's going to be over sooner than we thought. And they just got boxed, dude. Aaron Rodgers, 133 yards, 2 picks. I mean, the running game, what the hell was that? 43 total yards on like, what is that, 15 carries? Devontae Adams was in a box by Marshawn Lattimore, who literally was wearing a cast on his hand. The rest of the
Debo locked down
receivers,
Adams for every
I
single
know.
snap that I've seen him against him.
Adebo they kind of switched back and forth. Like the
It was
pass rush
surprising.
was decent. Aaron Rodgers did have a good time in the pocket, but it got there occasionally. And I know the Saints, they had the whole hurricane and they had things to play for, but I think this is more than that, man. I think these guys have been hearing all offseason that they can't win without Drew Brees. Nick Wright, who's a fucking idiot. We all know Nick Wright is an idiot on Fox Sports 1. He was like talking about the quarterback competition when Jameis won, and he was like, no matter who wins this competition, the Saints are terrible.
Damn.
And this competition is just to see if Jameis Winston can resurrect his career. Well, hold that, bro. 38-3. That's the same score that we had against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers when everybody thought the Saints were the best team in the NFL. Just saying. Uh, the run game, Kamara
I
20 for
think
83.
that's really the key. Like, not to take anything away from Winston, but like Tony
Mhm.
Jones coming in here
Love Tony Jones, dude.
doing 50 yards along with Kamara doing 83 yards. It seems like
Yeah,
the first half it was just the Kamara and Jones show. Like I saw,
dominated.
and then Winston would cap it off with a touchdown to Jawan Johnson,
Exactly.
which he
Sean
made
Payton
some
did that
crazy
shit on
grabs, by the
purpose.
way. And
Sean
then
Sean Sean does that on purpose, bro. He wanted to pad Jameis a little bit, so he moved the ball all the way down the field and then said,
mhm.
"Jameis, you throw it in."
But no, I
But
mean, and in the second half, Winston uncorked that bitch to Deontay
he
Harris
did.
for what, 72 yards.
He
So
did. Yeah, it was
okay,
uh it
I can
was
show you
55.
I can cap off a drive with the pass, and also I can throw it downfield. So I whatever you want me to
Yeah.
do. And I saw him hitting people, in the middle of the field too. Like I saw, I mean Troutman. I don't know what's going on there. Like that's probably the only blemish on that offense. But everybody else looked amazing. Um,
hmm
it's crazy. I think I don't know what the storyline is here. The Green Bay, are they just done, like
I think it's just
mentally,
both.
or New Orleans, like they're just best team in the NFC? Like I don't know what to make of this game.
Yeah, I don't know. I just
Not to take anything away from New Orleans, that was a lights out
of
game.
course, of
Like
course, it's
defense
like
was disgusting. Like Debo played out of his mind for a rookie. I mean, I've always been an advocate. Like, hey, first rounders should play like first rounders, third rounders should like. But I'm like, no, dude. Debo was
Mhm.
on Adams. It was insane. I
Yeah, I
didn't
mean,
I
he
didn't
was a
think step
first
for
round.
step.
He was apparently a first round prospect, but he sat out for COVID, so we'll take those. But one thing that really catches my eye here is that everybody, we've always talked for years about how Drew Brees makes his receivers better, right? And it's like Jameis Winston can't do that. Not not a single one, not a single one receiver that stepped on the football field for the New Orleans Saints was drafted into the NFL. Not one of them. And this dude comes out here 14 for 20. Yeah, it was only 148 yards, but like you said, they were running the ball over them, so why not keep running?
Hmm.
And then he had 5 touchdowns. Like,
Yeah, like the second half, they really let
who the
him
fuck
open
is
up.
Jawan Johnson, bro? Like, if you're not a Saints fan, you don't. If you're not a Saints fan or an Oregon football fan, you don't know who that is. He converts to tight end, and is making these crazy athletic catches in the end zone. Marquez Callaway wasn't even there because he was being shadowed by Jair Alexander the whole game, so that's not surprising. But like, I take that back. Ty Montgomery was drafted, but he doesn't count because he's ass. Everybody else undrafted. Chris Hogan caught a touchdown, guys. Chris Hogan, dude was playing lacrosse last year. Jameis Winston threw a touchdown to him, dude. And the last thing I want to say before I let you kind of go on about the Packers. Last year we talked about Brady versus Belichick and who was responsible for the greatness in New England. And after one season, it has seemed so far as though it was Tom Brady, right? We're coming over here, and I'm never going to take anything away from Drew Brees. But this dude, Sean Payton, only lost one game without Drew Brees. He's like 10-1 or 9-1. And we're watching this, and I'm just starting to think to myself, low-key, like, Drew Brees is a Hall of Famer, and that's great. And the combination of him and Sean Payton was unstoppable. But this dude, Sean Payton, might end up on the Mount Rushmore of coaching. This is getting out of hand at this point. Like, I'm not trying to be too biased, and you can let me know if I am, but this shit is like getting to a point of unbelievability. How he's able to just plug a quarterback in here with 8 undrafted receivers, no Michael Thomas, okay, and then Dennis Allen has just Marshawn Lattimore and a bunch of rookies and practice squad bums in the secondary, and we win 38-3. I can't believe it. I really can't.
Yeah, I mean, to talk about the Packers, like, I just don't understand how you let this happen. Like, this team is supposed to, they're in the NFC Championship game every single year. They have one of the best, defense. I mean, you got Jair Alexander, you guys, Darius Smith. I just felt like I saw nobody the entire day. I mean, Aaron Rodgers over here throwing the ball, 15 yards past the receiver. Like, I think it was like towards this end of the second half, he just bombed it. And it seemed like every single time I saw him throw a ball, it was a contested type of catch. Like, you have to jump up and get it, or you have to fight off the corner to get it. And again, that might be because the Saints were just really good on defense and they weren't allowing these guys to get open. But I'm just saying, like, you're Aaron Rodgers. You're throwing 133 yards. And Aaron Jones is supposed to be top 5, top 10 running back in the league, and you're only running 9 yards. Like, I don't know what happened, but I mean, the only thing that I can say that did happen was Saints had really good clock management. They chewed the shit out of it. I think the Packers had that ball and did one drive. I think at the whole entire first half. Like they
had 3 possessions, but they only ran 2 plays in Saints territory the whole first half. They
exactly.
ran one offense. They ran the ball one time and they kicked the field goal at the buzzer of the first half, and that was it.
But I mean, it's just, I think New Orleans had this game plan down packed. They knew exactly how to beat Green Bay. They came in here and did it. But I mean, Aaron Rodgers, you did not make things any better. You threw 2 picks. I know you don't want to be there, and it shows. Like, you're over here smiling after throwing 2 picks. Like, and I don't get it. I don't know if this is like one of those things where it's like, trade me now, like I'm going to continue to do this, or you just kind of gave up and you don't care anymore. Either way, it's a morale issue and it's affecting your season now. I thought this was supposed to be the last dance. Apparently it's not. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening. It seems like the only person who did anything all day, honestly, was Devontae Adams. And then he's also getting covered like crazy and still catching 5 passes after getting targeted 7 times. But I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't know what's up with Green Bay, and it's not looking good.
It's just weird. It's just really weird, man. And it's like
No one saw this coming, by the way. Like, everybody had,
not
like,
even me.
I think every analyst I saw before the game even started, I'm thinking about Cowboys, I'm sorry. But every analyst going into this game, they said Green Bay is going to win this game, and it was going to be a close win. No. Saints came in there and blew the masses out, and it's just like, wow.
Blew them out. And to your point about the clock domination and everything and the game plan, that just once again comes right back around to Sean Payton. He's one of the best game planners that I have just ever seen. It's getting to a point where it's hard for me to believe that we can ever be bad. The only times we were ever bad is when our defense was the worst in the NFL, and that wasn't even his fault. As long as we have some kind of defense there, I don't think it even matters who the quarterback is, because this guy just knows every team's weakness. It's just crazy to me. But yeah, man, Aaron Rodgers, dude. If that was Tom Brady playing like that, he would have broke his helmet on the bench. Like he would have smashed it so hard into the bench that his helmet would break and
Yeah,
have to
you
get
can
a
just
new one.
tell the way that he was carrying himself. Like
Yeah,
he either A, didn't care, or B, that's just what he meant to do. Either way, that's not
yeah,
something you want to see on week one if you're a
yeah.
Packers
I
fan.
think I lean more towards just not giving a shit. Honestly,
Like
I don't
I'm
think he
getting
would
trade. I'm
intentionally.
leaving this team next year regardless. I don't care. I've been in the NFC.
Yeah,
I was MVP last year. I don't care. I know my value.
yeah.
But still, I mean, you owe these fans. You told them that your heart and your mind is going to be here this season. Didn't show it in week one. Just saying.